There it is. And we are live, man. Welcome back to That's So Controversial. We have the executive producer in the building, Showcast, one of our day ones. Welcome back. Glad to have you. I am your man, Rick, and today I am joined again by my good friend, Mike G. What's going on, Mike?
Hello, everyone. Hope everybody's safe. Uh, it was definitely a rough commute today.
Nah, snow is crazy, man. I almost had a heart attack trying to dig myself out. Took me like 3 sessions.
Yeah, but you lost all that weight, man. How you gonna have a heart attack now?
The weight has nothing to do when you're not physically fit and you can't overexert yourself because your blood sugar drops and then you got to deal with all this BS. So yeah,
But you are physically fit.
no.
The
There's a big
body's
difference. I'm just a lighter version than I was before. Yeah, well, anyway, today we're gonna be talking about habits, man. What good habits you have, bad habits you have, habits of all kinds of habits, and I've definitely got a story to share from you. It's gonna coincide with the embarrassing story topic we had before, so I'm gonna share it today. So, with that said, man,
Whew. You know what time it is. That's so controversial.
the daily chat starts now.
The Daily Chat.
Welcome back to That's So Controversial, man. Today we're going to be talking about habits, man. What causes them? Why do we have them? Why do we want to lose them? Why do we want to gain some? So, what do you think about habits, man? What kind of habits do you have that you think are either annoying, good, bad, positive?
I'm addicted to video games. Well, I used to be.
Ah, okay,
That
that's an
was a bad.
addiction. Okay, could be a bad habit. That's cool. You used to be, you don't have it anymore?
Yeah, I used to be.
Ah, cool. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Show missed yesterday's episode because she was enjoying an anniversary. So I want to take a moment to give Show wish her a very, very happy anniversary. Hope you had a good time, and I wish you guys many more. I hope you guys are really, really happy.
Hopefully, the gatekeeper didn't stop you from anything.
Right. All right. So Mike just shared with us that one of his bad habits was playing video games. And sometimes that can get in the way of being productive and stuff like that. So
Yes.
I think one of my bad habits is probably eating, man. I always have to have something in my mouth. Shut up.
Now I have a question about my bad habit
All right,
because I
go.
know that I share this with a lot of other people. Um, do people's spouses really dislike video games, or do they just think that the person is addicted to it? Like, it's tough. Like, it's easier when, let's say, your spouse likes video games also. She
Mhm.
may not say, "Oh, you know what, you have an addiction." Whereas if you have a spouse that doesn't like it, they're like, "Oh, you have a problem here."
Right. What I think it is when it comes to video games is that I think that they feel like it takes up so much time because as an avid gamer myself, I don't just play for 20 minutes, 30 minutes. I'm talking about when I was playing video games, I was playing 6 hours a pop. And they feel like that, kind of gets in the way of family time, dates or whatever. So I think
Yeah,
that
but
might be the problem with it.
but it's easy for you to just say, for your wife to say, you know what, um, let's take this time to to watch a movie together. Because I personally, if somebody were to say that to me, I
Mhm.
would be like, okay, no problem. I love watching a movie as a family, you know. And
I
it's
had
not
a
that hard. It's not like I'll say, give me 1 second, unless literally the game is close to being over. Just give me 1 second.
nah, I
But
see.
that 1 second, they just can't hold on.
No, I had a situation very similar to that, but the only difference is that you can't pause online gaming, and I was playing, live online with other people, and my wife asked me to, to do something. I'm like, I can't. She didn't understand that, I literally couldn't. I can't just pause this game. This is a live interactive experience. I need to be actively participating until the game is over, and that caused a little argument here and there.
But why is it they always find something for you to do when you're in the middle of something?
I guess it feels like that, but I guess if you take into consideration how much time you've actually been playing, then I guess maybe they've been patiently waiting, thinking, all right, maybe he'll be off in a few minutes.
But let me think.
Damn.
Let me ask you this: when was the last time she was doing something and you interrupted her?
I don't. I don't.
Exactly. That's my point. I'm gonna get the Al Bundy shirt right here. We almost never bother our spouses when it comes to like having do something. It's almost like if they tell you give me a minute, or I'm in the middle of doing something for myself. It's like we accept it, but it's kind of like I don't know what it is. When it comes to the guy, they know the perfect time to ask you to do something. You know, whether it's like watching a Super Bowl game or some type of sport.
You just made me ask a question right now. It's for the
Perfect time.
ladies. Yeah, for the ladies that are out there, man. Ladies, does your spouse ever interrupt something you're enjoying? I'm curious, and I want to hear from my wife also. Do I ever interrupt her when she's doing something that she enjoys? If it's not an absolute necessity, I don't think I have. And I guess one of the things my wife likes to do is, scroll through the phone and stuff. I may have interrupted her once or twice, but chances are I was probably in dire need of something like a drink. See, look. This is how bad it was when I was playing games. She said, I would go to sleep and wake up, and he was still hooked on the game. Then he would sleep during the day, and we couldn't go out together. So yeah, it was bad. It was bad. I would sacrifice my sleep, and it'll get crazy. What's going on, Hernandez Jamie? Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you, man.
I had a friend who, from a previous job, who it's funny that his wife would always complain to me about him, and she said, "Yeah, this guy is always on his video games," and the dude was like, he was in his early 40s, something like that, late 30s, early 40s, and right. she was like 50 something. Right? She's like, he's always playing his video games. He's not paying attention to me. So I gave her the idea for Halloween. Why don't you dress up as a remote control and tell them to play with your buttons?
My wife actually reminded me.
She said that was a good idea. She was going to do it.
My wife actually reminded me of the very last time that I played a video game. It was, she asked me, I think, what she said, I had to feed my son, or I had to change his diaper, if I remember correctly, right? And I got upset that I had to stop playing my game to do that, and that's when it clicked. I was like, damn, if this game is getting, to the fact of if it's hindering my ability to be a dad, it's time to go. And I haven't looked back since. But I do play games with my son now, so that's the only time I play, and I play probably mobile games on my phone, but nothing too crazy like I used to.
I used to always tell you stop the mobile games, because the mobile games kind of don't have an ending. Whereas if you're playing a game on a console, it kind of you get that satisfaction already. Like, all right, I accomplished, I don't know, finishing a board or something like that. But with the mobile games, they're meant to keep you on them and whatnot.
That's crazy, man.
Such as Marvel Contest with Champions.
Yeah, not for nothing. I mean, yeah, there's some bad habits that you don't even know that you have. Like, I found story time. This is gonna coincide with our embarrassing story moments that I was kind of like holding back, but it will apply to bad habits also. There was a bad habit that I didn't know that I had, during sex. So, all right. And early on in my career,
in your sex career?
Yeah, exactly. Early on, when I was a rookie,
you gotta check the portfolio.
Yeah, I was having intercourse with a lady at the time, and I thought I was going to work, and she has like this half a smile on her face. I'm like, what the fuck she's smiling about, right? So I'm trying to give her the business some more. She keeps laughing. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is going on, man? If you're not enjoying it, let me know. She said, no, it's not that. Keep going, right? I'll tell you later. I was like, no, tell me now. And what it was is that I used to make this really weird face while I was doing it, and I had to learn how to break that habit. The face I used to make was like a damn dog. It's have my tongue hanging out the side of my mouth, like.
The Rico, that's what I call the Rico from Paid in Full.
Oh yeah.
When he says the Dougie Fresh.
Yeah, Dougie. So that was a bad habit that, after that I became conscious of it, and I was like, wow, actually, I used to be conscious of it, and I used to stick that shit back in my mouth. It's not a good look, man. It's like it's not fun. Yeah, so that's something, and it takes a lot of effort to break bad habits because like you're just so used to doing them, and it's something that's automatic, and you don't really think about it. So it's just like you really got to make a conscious effort.
Yeah, I would say sometimes I procrastinate. That's another bad habit of mine. But some people, they share that same thing. Like, I'll do it later. I'm not gonna lie. I'm guilty of that one.
What, procrastination? You think that's a bad habit? You know what? That's true.
Sometimes it is, man. Sometimes it is.
I think procrastination is also one of my bad habits, but I do some of my best work when I procrastinate. When I was going to school at the time, I would always save like my homework for like the day before to do or the morning of. And I found that even though procrastination it causes a high level of stress, it also helps me focus and get the job done because you have that extreme deadline now that you kind of put yourself in that corner. So procrastination, depending on how it affects your productivity, could be a good thing. It could be a good thing unless it's not, unless it's gonna it's getting you in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you as far as that goes because I used to write papers, and sometimes I would have to do like a 20-page paper, and I would leave it for like 2 days before it's due. And the funny thing is that my professor would tell me, "Man, did you write this? It came out really good." And I said, "Yeah, honestly, I actually procrastinated, and you know,
You
I
got it
finally
done at
got
the
it done."
last second. Yeah. Let me hit up on one of these comments right here. Show says she has a short temper and gets annoyed by everything. Terrible, terrible habit that she can't seem to kick.
I
I
could
can't.
see that. I could see that from show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I can see that. You judging, man? You judging people? You profiling? What's going on here, man?
Get it? Well,
She
that might be a turn on for the hubby, though.
Maybe. She follows up by saying it's bad because I get annoyed with my daughter touching everything. That's when I realize I'm being extra. Yeah, that's true.
It could be the OCD.
It happens. It definitely happens, man.
Yeah.
So I was looking at some of the research for this stuff, and they say that you ever heard the expression that it takes 21 days to kick a habit.
Yeah. I'm familiar with the saying.
Yeah, I was just reading on this website that that's not exactly true. And the doctor who actually brought that to light, who actually coined the term, let me see what it says here. Let me see if I can find it. I had it here, man. All right. Where is it? All right, here it goes. It says it's from healthline.com, where it says the short answer about the 21 days to break a habit. It says some people say it only takes 21 days to break a habit. You've probably heard this estimate before. Others suggest it takes a lot longer, sometimes as long as several months. There's no hard and fast time frame. Since the length of time it takes to break a habit can depend a lot highly on factors. All right.
It's true because if you do if you break, let's say you stop smoking for like 21 days,
right?
Most people are like, "Oh, you're doing well," and whatnot, and you could have one slip up after that causes you to just want to smoke a cigarette. So you're back into it, Right. I think when you break a habit, you break it for like ever. That's my definition of breaking a habit. Like not doing it again forever.
All right, so I'm just gonna continue with this real quick. It says on this healthline.com, it says where does the whole 21 days thing come from, right? Experts attribute the 21-day break a habit myth to Dr. Maxwell Maltz, who worked as a plastic surgeon before becoming a psychologist. He suggested people needed about 3 weeks to get used to different facial features after plastic surgery, the absence of a limb after amputation, a house they just moved into, and these suggestions may have some truth to them, but Maltz seems to have relied on patient report instead of scientific evidence. Another key issue is that none of the above habits people want to break. Rather, these examples describe habituation or the process of becoming accustomed to something new. So that's where the 21 days to break a habit comes from.
Let me ask you a question. Do you have a habit that that it's actually a good one?
Um, if I do, I don't know.
Or you can't think of it off the top of your head?
No, I could tell you a habit that my wife has that good. Like she's very, very neat and clean. So she's constantly cleaning and stuff like that. And that she I guess kind of OCD with it also. She likes to constantly, always sweep and clean. That's all she does on her days off. So
And you know
those
what
are
you
one.
do?
Hmm?
And you know what you do when you come home from work?
Oh, that's another bad habit. I
Throw,
throw my shit
you
around.
throw the shirt on the chair, and she doesn't like that.
Yes, yes. Did she tell you? You guys been talking behind my back? No,
Nah,
but
you
that is
know what
so
it is?
true.
I think it's something common with
No,
couples.
I swear to God, I'm like I'm kind of sloppy, So I come home, I take my shit off, it's on the couch, even though the closet is like literally right next to the couch. I could just put it and fold it away, but I just want to get out of my uniform and just relax. It's gonna land wherever the hell. And God bless her for not always complaining, man, because she could literally complain every day when I come home. She could be like, again, and I'll just probably respond like, yes, again, because I'm kind of an asshole like that. Yeah, so there's a bunch of different things. So how about you? In your relationships, were there any positive or negative habits that you or your partner had?
I have the same similar bad habit where sometimes you just work in a double shift and you're like,
Hmm.
I just want to just take my uniform shirt off and chill for a little bit. But she was very neat also. And I'm not a slob,
Mm-hmm.
but you know I could
Keep
be
telling
a
yourself
little
that.
disorganized, a little disorganized
Just a
sometimes,
little.
just a
Just a
little,
little. You know
just
what's funny though is like it looks like it's disorganized, but I know where my shit is. So there literally is a method to the madness. What looks like mayhem to you, and I come back and I'll be like, "Yo, where's my pen that I had right there? It was right there." What do you mean in that pile of mess? Yes, it looks like a mess to you, but there is a system here that's not exactly clear.
Yeah. So as far as my previous relationship, I would say that like she had a habit of wanting a schedule, and sometimes you can't live your life off of a schedule because all it takes is like one thing to not, for example, start at the time that you want it, and it throws
Mm,
off the entire schedule.
right.
I'm a firm believer sometimes that you like the best times you have is when you do things out of the spur of the moment. But it's kind of like she needs a PowerPoint or a spreadsheet that
Are
yeah,
you serious?
loves her spreadsheets. Is
Wow.
needs a PowerPoint or a spreadsheet in order to like schedule things and whatnot. Till this day, she's still like that. I mean, it's a good thing and a bad thing, but like
My wife has a very unreasonable pet peeve, and I guess she considers it a bad habit of mine. She says her biggest pet peeve is as soon as she's done cleaning the bathroom, that I always seem to need to bless it. It's like my butt has a sensor, she says. It's not something I do intentionally. If I gotta go, I gotta go. If you happen to be cleaning it, shit happens.
I think in that case, just leave some Mr. Clean solution in the bathroom. That way, when you're done, you clean it up.
All
I
right,
hope you
so
ain't you ain't
hmm?
like what do you do in that bathroom that is so bad, man?
I use it like any other human being.
You destroy the bathroom. That's how it
No,
is.
no, no. She just says that after she cleaned it, it's like spotless, and now someone's coming in to cause mayhem just right after she's done. So
I think she should have you clean the bathroom right after you go.
I do. It's called flushing the toilet.
No, not just that. Because sometimes people just have it really bad. Like if they got the runs.
Oh my god, that's terrible. That's not a bad habit though. I'll move on to the next question, man. Have you ever succeeded in breaking a habit?
I would say I can't think from the off the top of my head of a habit that I had that I broke and like I never did again. Oh,
All right.
actually, you know what? The video games, yeah, the video games, because I did realize that I was spending too much time with that,
Mm.
and I addressed the issue, and it was never a problem anymore. Like I right now, I really don't even play video games. I realized how much time,
The
how
waste.
unproductive it is,
Mm.
but I still enjoy my video games. It's just like I have more control now.
All right, that's cool. I got to give props to my dad because he's been smoking cigarettes since he was about, I want to say, like 8 years old. No exaggeration. And for a moment, he stopped cold turkey. I think for about a good 6 months. And I was like, wow, he just decided he wasn't going to do it anymore. He took no program, no approach, no methods. He just said he's going to stop. He stopped for 6 months, got into an argument with my sister, and used that as an excuse to start smoking again. I was so disappointed, man. I was super proud. And then he just brought me right back to reality, man. It's like,
My mom would do the same thing. She would do well, stop not smoking, and then
mhm.
she would blame my dad, stressing her out to start smoking again. But I think that that's just people always try to use like a scapegoat as to
Mhm.
why they broke their streak.
Yeah. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy, man. It's like you want to do it, but you want to give yourself permission. So you look for that thing that's going to give you permission to say, "All right, cool, I'm gonna fucking do this."
Yeah.
Or even it applies to dieting too, right? When you say you're gonna start a diet, right, and then you tell yourself, "You know what? After this damn meal, after this meal, I'll start. I'll start. Let me just enjoy this that you're not supposed to have."
You know what I would actually do with that, which helped me become more successful. I would
Mm,
post it on IG, and I used to do it like every day, so that I would have, like if I missed a day, people would know, and
hmm,
it actually kept me on track. And like right now, I've been to the gym because of the new job, because I'm
right.
already doing like 20 miles a day already.
Okay.
So I'm trying to just have a develop a regular schedule so that I could go back to the gym, because it is something that it's good for your mind, and and it's good for your body.
All right. Cool. Show. Let me hit some of these comments up real quick. I think Show says something about her mom quitting cold turkey. Also, where is this? Yeah,
Smoking?
yeah. Her mom quit smoking cold turkey, and I gotta commend people for that because I heard that's a really hard habit to break. She also says I used to bite my lip all the time. There's a ton of pics of me as a kid biting my lip and just sucking it. My parents told me that my lips will stay swollen and gross, so I stopped it over time.
You know what though? Sometimes people have to have something extreme happen to them in order to stop a bad habit.
Right.
Which I wish it wasn't like that. But for example, smoking.
Mhm.
When you get the bad news that either your lungs are not looking good, or you may have
Yeah.
some type of cancer or something, then it's like, oh, now I need to quit. Yeah, when in reality you should have stopped a long time ago, because you know what the effects are. But we all have our bad habits, our vices.
Right.
Yeah.
I think another bad habit that I haven't stopped 100%, but I only do it on certain occasions, whereas I used to have it all the time, was drinking diet soda. I used to constantly drink diet soda all the fucking time, and my drink of choice was Diet Coke or cherry Diet Coke Zero. Oh man, I could have that shit. I think I have a video posted on my on my Facebook page where, I'm making love to the damn Diet Coke.
I was never a soda guy. I was more of a juice guy. But
Mhm.
like what took me to stop drinking so much juice was, I don't know. It was funny because my nephew was in the army, and I saw how he
Mhm.
was looking built and looking good. So I asked him, so what are you doing? He's like, to be honest with you, I only drink water and I work out a lot. And I
That's
said,
what's up.
"Oh, for real?" And in my mind, I was like, I want to look just like him, because I see that he's doing well, and he's staying fit. So then I
Mhm.
started doing it, and it's just like out of nowhere, I just stopped drinking so much juice. Like even till now, if I have juice, I water it down a lot.
So that brings us right up to our next question, man. What's a good habit that you'd like to start? And that's something that is drink more water. And that's something that I try to do now. Also, I try to drink a lot more water and just try to be more positive, be more proactive, try to be more physical.
I would say I want to be more productive, and I want to,
Ah,
like I said, I want to do more acting gigs, and I want to do stuff that makes me happy instead of just doing stuff because I make other people happy. You know,
right.
because I think
So,
I was more like, yeah, especially with my kids, I want to make my kids happy, but to the point that like I was kind of neglecting myself, you know, somewhat.
yeah. You gotta take care of yourself, man. So Jocelyn here says I'm working on my bad habit of being controlling. My anxiety pushes me to try to control everything. I'm working on the language I use. I like the language I use, but yeah, I hope that
Trolling.
works out
Oh
for you.
my
Yeah.
god.
No, that could be a problem too because it causes issues depending on how controlling you are. Like
Some
if
guys,
it's huh?
some guys like to be controlled.
Hey, if that works out, then that's fantastic. But obviously, if she's trying to work on it, it's not. It's creating issues somewhere in her life. So I can respect that. It's hard, man, because sometimes like when it comes to controlling, it's a real serious thing because you feel like you have to be in control of every aspect of everything. Could you imagine like you're in a relationship and you're in the kitchen, you're trying to make something, and this is just a random example, and then your partner's constantly coming in and correcting you because they have to be in control of stuff and that.
It could be a good or a bad thing because they could, for example, you like to cook, maybe
Mhm.
your wife could make a suggestion as to an ingredient or something that you can add to what you're making to give it a better taste. It's not always
Right.
a bad thing, but
Right.
sometimes people perceive it as a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like Mommy Flo to talk more about this. She thinks she has the same problem. I would like to know where she has those problems.
Oh, so you
'Cause-
disagree with how she feels, as far as feeling that she feels like she's controlling?
no, I just want her to talk more about it.
Gotcha.
I think another bad habit of mine that I think a bad habit that I want to change in order to create a better habit is to not eat so much, man. It's like I don't even need to be hungry, and I'm constantly putting food in my mouth. No, for real. Like every second, I need
Eat
to
it
be
just
chewing
for to
something.
eat.
No, for real. Eating just for the sake of eating, and obviously, it's causing a little bit of weight gain and some other issues. I have some underlying health issues, which I shouldn't be eating as much. I got to give my pancreas a rest from time to time, and eating a lot of the bad stuff gives me bouts of pancreatitis where I have to go to the emergency room, and that's not fun. And you would think that something like that would keep me on the focused path, doing the right thing, but
It's
yeah, man,
tough.
yeah.
It's tough. For example, I know you like sweets. I like sweets too, and my
Mm.
family comes from like well, my family has a history of diabetes. But it's
Oh
like,
wow.
damn, man, I gotta have my sweets sometimes, especially when I get that craving. But you remember that drink that I was telling you that one of our former coworkers was got me on, the kombucha? That actually really
Right.
helped me curb my appetite for sweets. I don't know what it is,
Oh.
but I believe it's the gut yeast that you develop when you eat like bread and sweets from the
Mhm.
sugar
Right.
that cause you to get those cravings, because they say that that's not natural. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
That's possible. Another thing, another I guess good habit I probably want to start doing is just being more active, man. I've been pretty damn not active for a long time. I'm spoiled. I literally just walk to my car, take the car to work, and walk the short distance from the car to the job, and the same back and forth. So today, when I was trying to dig out the car, man, that shit was a job. That shit was no joke. I was breathing heavy. My heart was racing. I had to do it in like three different shifts. So it just shows me I have to start being more active.
Cardio will help you with that.
Absolutely, man.
The Stairmaster, definitely a good
Mm.
workout.
One of Jocelyn's good habits is that good habit of hers is that her morning routine. She likes to start her day with meditation. That's awesome. That's pretty good.
Yes, it's definitely something that I've tried myself, and it helps me start my day, and actually it helps me have a good day. Uh, you remember how I told you I used to wake up around 3 o'clock, 3:30, because I used to be big on like, well, not used to. I'm big on the podcast, motivational podcasts,
Right.
and I've learned from these podcasts that a lot of entrepreneurs they do this because they
Hmm.
say that your brain, I guess, functions a lot better than any other time because it's like you're not distracted by anything that's going on the in the world, such as if you have kids, your kids are usually sleeping around that time, your spouse is also sleeping too, so it's like all you have to do is focus on yourself. And
Right.
while with the motivational podcast, it also helps you, like teaches you about meditation. Meditation is very important in order to keep your positive energy.
That's what's up, man. And have you tried waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning to do some of that stuff, or does it? Your life doesn't allow for that? Like,
I was doing that before prior to getting this job that I had, but I still listen to like podcasts, motivational podcasts, because I feel like I told you in a previous podcast, I feel that it's like the equivalent of food. You eat food for energy. You listen to motivational podcasts to feed your positive energy.
that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Jocelyn always also says she piggybacks on shit. Meditation helps you declutter your mind, and I think that's an awesome way to start the day, man. If you could just get a lot of the clutter out of your your mind. I'm sorry, I just laughed at Mommy Flo's comment. That's too early though. She likes her sleep, so she's not going to be going waking up at 4 o'clock no time soon. That means she would need to be in bed by 4 o'clock, because she likes 12 hours of sleep. I'm exaggerating.
You know what? My in my previous relationship, my ex-wife would tell you that I'm not a morning person, but I
Mm.
became one. From by doing that, I noticed that, like I said, I felt like I was more productive during the day because what I was doing was waking up around 3 o'clock, 3:30. I'm out of the house either if wake up at 3, I'm out of the house by 3:30. If I wake up at 3:30, I'm out by 4. So by the time I finish my work, it's like maybe 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah,
I have the rest of the day to do whatever I need to do, such as I
more
noticed
work.
I had more time to work out. I had more time to, for example, apply to other jobs that I was interested in, to work on my resume, all this stuff.
Right.
Like if you think about it, if you think about your 24 hours,
Mm.
um, most people waste a lot of time within their 24 hours, which is why they don't really have enough time to accomplish almost everything that they need to accomplish. Because the average person works what at 8 o'clock, 9, let's say 9 to 5.
Right.
So it's kind of like, like it's funny because I had a coworker who she told me she feeds her kids breakfast at 4:30 in the morning, something like that, and I'm like,
Wow.
that's super early. Why are your kids awake at that time? I would have been like, yo, go back to bed. Yeah,
Nah,
you get
probably a
breakfast a
commute
little bit.
issue. Nah,
Yeah,
probably there's like a commute issue there and stuff.
yeah. So you know, you do what you got to do to be productive within the 24 hours.
Yeah, a lot of us waste our time. It's very very true. I find myself wasting a lot of time on my phone, just not even being productive. You can be on your phone and be productive with it, but there's a lot of time I'm just like thumbing through a lot of stuff. And Jocelyn says that yeah, you can meditate while you're driving around. Meditation can happen anywhere. Just don't close your eyes.
Especially when I'm driving.
Yeah.
No, that is true. You could listen to something on the radio or just some sound or whatever, and while you're driving, that kind of like relaxes me also.
Right. That's crazy. So I'm trying to think of other habits that I want to start. Maybe maybe dressing better. I'm a t-shirts and jeans guy, and that's like 90% of what I wear.
But there's nothing wrong with that if especially if you don't really go out much. As long as when you do go out, especially let's say with your spouse,
Right.
you want to be able to be presentable.
That's
She
where I
may
need
want
help.
you not
Yeah.
present. She may want you to dress up.
Right. And that's where I be slipping. That's exactly what I was talking about though. Because like there's times where she wants to go out somewhere and I just put on t-shirt, jeans, and she's like, "You gonna wear that?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's clothes." So that's probably one good habit I would like to start. Try to take a little more pride on the stuff I put on. Not necessarily brands, because I'm not a label whore, never have been, never will be. But just try wearing nicer stuff for certain occasions.
Yeah, I've been asked before, why are you dressed like that for Uber? And sometimes I just want to dress. It's not for Uber; it's for myself.
Right, you feel good about
Yeah,
yourself. I heard
I,
about that.
especially like when you have a special occasion. I like to dress accordingly.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna dress something like in something flamboyant that I'm gonna get attention. Like everybody's gonna look at me like, oh, look at this dude in a yellow suit.
And the look at me suit.
Yeah.
Hillbilly here says he just wants a hobby that's mine. What's going on, Hillbilly? Who's taking your hobbies away? Who's sharing in your hobby situation? What are you talking about? Like you're cooking, you're eating, and too many people are jumping in on it. So what's going on with that? I thought you were gonna say something, Mike.
No, I'm trying to figure out where's what's the name? What?
Hillbilly.
Like, yeah, where's Hillbilly getting at with the comment, so that I could just understand like what he meant.
All right. Well, he says everybody shares his hobby. Jocelyn, I think this wants to know, what about social media habit? That could definitely.
That question. Go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Now, my question is, why do people have to um take pictures of everything they eat? That's just annoying to me.
You think that's a bad habit?
Yes, it's such a bad habit, because I know like someone spouse could get annoyed by that easily.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're always on your phone.
Right.
Me, I like to take photos, especially when I'm on vacation, so just for memories. But I don't I don't go overboard with it.
Sorry about that. I mean, I enjoy it when I try not to let it interrupt time with friends and family, like personal time, like you guys are in their presence. I try not to do that. So, but it does, like I say, it wastes a lot of time, man.
Yeah, the only time I'll do it is if, for example, I really enjoyed a meal, uh,
Mhm.
or like I like the presentation of the way they made it. So, it's good advertising,
Right.
good advertisement. Like, when I did it once for this bakery that's close to where I live, because they make really good stuff, sandwiches,
Mm.
Cuban sandwiches, and all that stuff. So I did it so that people would know who live in Jersey, hey, come check this place out. It's really nice.
That's what's up, man. Mommy Flo wants to ask you a question. She says, Mike, are you going to wear your pinstripe suit for Valentine's Day?
Unfortunately, I don't have a Valentine. So
You don't need. You might get one in your pinstripe suit, though. You might be out there pimping. There might be another single out there and say, "Hey, I like pinstripe suits," and
no,
you be like, "Hey, I got a
I,
pinstripe suit."
I'm just kidding. My Valentine's Day are my kids. My Valentine. Yeah, I
Oh,
had to
look
ask
at
him
you.
early. I had to ask him early.
I can imagine, man.
There,
I can imagine.
you know how there's blackout periods when it comes to dating.
Mm.
Right now is the blackout period, because you don't want to meet somebody who just wants to have a
A
date for
free meal.
Valentine's Day, so that
Yeah, exactly.
get them the roses. Nah, there's a blackout period.
Yeah, I think Kyle had suffered a situation like that where he went out on a date and he thought it was going well and didn't quite work out, man. So I get it.
there's a rule. All right.
Mhm.
So February 14th is Valentine's Day, right? So you got to
Mhm.
break up with the person on February 13th.
Oh my god, what kind of rule is that? You need to break that bad habit if you're doing that every year. You got a
And
bad habit of breaking up
if
with
you get
people.
a Valentine's present on February 15th, you're the second person. You're the inside chick.
Where do you get this information from, man?
No, it's memes on the internet.
That is freaking crazy. So, for those of you who are just joining us now, man, you can answer some of these questions too. What are some of your bad habits? What are some of your good habits? What are some habits you're hopefully looking to create? Some positive habits you're looking to create. And I had a question here for the ladies that I still want to hear from. Ladies, does your spouse ever interrupt something that you're enjoying? So, definitely want to hear from you guys. What's going on, Eddie, Hillbilly, Mommy Flo?
I guess while we wait for that response, we could talk about the holiday habits that we spoke about before. You
Which
remember
one?
how I was telling you that I made it a tradition with my kids for Christmas for December. December 1st, we start watching Christmas movies up until Christmas Day, and so we all take a turn to watch a movie, and it's been a tradition for about 3 years already that my kids absolutely love.
That's what's up, man. That's beautiful, man. That's called, creating moments, special moments, man, and making memories, man. It's a beautiful thing. Absolutely beautiful thing. I'm getting to some of these comments right quick. Jocelyn again says, I have the bad habit of volunteering my husband to help someone I know needs help. Oh, my husband can
Ooh,
do that. That is
that
a
one hurt.
big no-no. That's a big no-no. You shouldn't do that, man.
My mom used to do that,
That's terrible.
but
It's absolutely
my
terrible.
dad was a sucker, man. He
Oh
he
yeah.
he had, see, the thing is that like she didn't even have to do it because he just has such a good heart that he, for
Mm.
example, a lot of my mom's friends didn't drive because they either couldn't get a license or whatever the case may be. But so my dad would like literally be the taxi driver for the friends. But my dad has such a good heart that it actually rubbed off on me, and I do the same thing for some of my friends.
Yeah, man, that's what's up. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Um, I guess to answer some of these questions that I had posed earlier, Jocelyn says that John never interrupts her. She's blessed. And Hillbilly says, I married a ginger. She interrupts my very life force. I guess you need that interruption to give balance to the force. Yeah, so that's cool, man. That's real, real cool. So let me see. I don't think I have anything else here in reference to bad habits. If you guys have any bad habits or good habits you want to share, now is as good a time as any to share them. For those of you who just got here, you might want to rewatch it later. I shared one of my bad habits that I had with sex. So you might want to watch that later. That's a story I shared earlier. Another bad habit I had was food, and I guess some of the good habits that we want to try to incorporate into our lives is eating better, being more healthy, and just being a better person.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah, Mike. So what about you, Mike? Anything you want to add before we bounce?
No, I think I said my piece.
All right, you said your piece. All right, so I'm good with that. So, with that said, man, I want to thank all of you guys for always showing up and making these nights special, man. I love spending this time with you guys. I love having a platform for you guys to come and discuss different things, man. So, if there's ever a topic you guys want to talk about, consider joining the Facebook group and sharing your thoughts so that way we can make them into a topic and discuss them on the show. It would be absolutely awesome. Some people have definitely shown some interest on also guest hosting on the show, and I am looking forward to that. It's gonna be freaking awesome. So with that said, man, like we try to tell you guys, this is not about us giving you guys advice. It's about sharing our thoughts and experiences on different topics. And like I always say, we don't always have to agree, but damn it, we should always talk. Civil discourse is the way to go, man. With that said, man, you guys have a fantastic evening. And I will see you guys tomorrow, Thursday night. Kyle should be back. And I'm not sure if Mike is going to join us if he has the time. He's more than welcome.
I will try. I will check my busy schedule.
You do that, tough guy. All right. Love you guys, man. Take care. Have a fantastic evening. You guys rock my socks, man. Have a good one.